Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So we're here with a group we're going to be trading in just a minute. I'll introduce them in just a second. Please read this disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor. You should seek the advice of someone you trust before you try to emulate any of these trading styles. So back by popular demand, we are back with the students in the Bahamas trading very low share size on AMD this morning, following the RV strategy. We already just did the open strategy, and I did a quick 1300, and we'll go over that in just a second. And they traded with me and did pretty well too, most of them, although it is a newer strategy. But what's different today is they have a bunch of adults and parents with them, even though most of them are over 18. Just because they can't believe how well their kids were doing with this type of trading, because they don't do this kind of trading. Most of the parents here, I mean, we're all adults here, but most of the parents here pretty much don't do this kind of trading. They'll do day trading or longer term trading, and most of them do trade. Some don't. But the fact that the lowest, I think, was $350 in a half hour, it got some interesting, which I've been trying to say, that there's some real legs to these types of strategies. So we will be trading the RV strategy, which is basically a large cap strategy. So you need to either have an offshore account, like a lot of traders here do, to get margin. To have enough money, or in the U.S. you'd have to have $25,000 to make the PDT rule. It does settle just the next day now, but you'd need a lot of money to trade large cap if you don't have a margin account that's allowing you to reuse that money over and over again. And that's $25,000 minimum in the U.S. for those people that don't know that. But once you have a funded account, wherever it might be, then you can take as many trades as you want. And the Thinkorswim that we are on, they do not charge trading fees. What you get charged for is the exchange that you're using, which is $28.80, I think, per million of value that you trade. Let me get rid of these exchanges actually here. They will do that. They will charge. So it can add up if you're taking just, and you're only making $1 or something per trade, and you're just doing 300 trades. That's probably not a wise move. And I know there are a lot of people trade like that, realize that you can't really do that. You have to make a little bit more than that. But with this kind of share size, we're not going to be making big money, but you can make a living following this strategy. So that's what we're going to show again today. So what is the RV strategy, and what are these custom indicators that you see here? I'm going to go over them really quick. So like I was saying, it's a large cap strategy, and you're basically trying to you're trading off of support and resistance levels. So first you create a range that you expect the candlesticks to move in between, which is the price action. Right? I know we have some new people here. And how we do that range is this is a day chart. You look at the close of the previous day. Now, there's some other things set up here that I'll go over in a minute. But you look at the close of the previous day, which is right up here on this candle. Then you look at the ATR over here, which that is an average true range of where that price kept closing over a 14-day period. So they create a range, and it moves $5.35 on average up and down over a period of 14 days. So you take that range and you divide it in half, and you subtract half from the close, and you get a low for the range for today, and you add half to get a high for the range for today. So we use the ATR. That's why I called it ATR, but ATR is just one number. But I split it, and I made a range. We expect this stock to move in between in this range and safely trade. As you can see, this is today. It's already broken out of that range. So we're kind of, we did have some levels marked, and I quickly marked a few more in the only places I could within a 10-day period to give us some more support and resistance. We'll go over those in a second. But that's the range we usually expect. It's a very large cap stocks, mega cap stocks, very slow and consistent and allow you time to get in and out in a very controlled way. But you should always have a day trading plan that has a maximum loss per trade and a maximum loss per day. But the idea for the RV strategy, it's a very, very safe strategy. And if you follow the guidelines in the book, Day Trading Volume 1, which was released last March, a year ago, March, by the $1 Million Margin Club, that outlines the strategy which really revolutionized people trading a new way, which was a large cap scalping, which was not really done much. I mean, people did it, but there wasn't really a strategy out there. Now, some of the other things that you might see here, this BO stands for breakout. So I have a breakout high and a breakout low. Now, that's based on a different strategy. So I'm in a studio here. If you heard that, that's Alan's phone. We have, sorry, someone's handling the chat. Charlie over here, she's handling the chat. And then we have all the students up on Zoom. And then I have some people trading in the studio over here. So you may hear some interruptions from time to time. But anyway, so this breakout range, high and low, is based on another strategy, the open strategy. So let's take a quick look at that before we move on. So let me zoom in on this. Let me open up this 5-minute chart here. So this 5-minute chart has a couple things on it. This has a Fibonacci level marked where you snap a high to low or a low to high. It's always left to right. And that gives us some support and resistance levels within the range, but we're already drop below it. And that's snapped on a 5-minute 10-day. And then we have these pink lines were snapped on a 5-minute 2-day. So they both ended up around the same areas because that was the lowest low there. So that gives us support and resistance lines. It looks like one, maybe, I don't know. We're already down here somewhere. This is not showing the price. Yeah, we're already way down here, as you can see. So we're moving, and we're going to be starting in just a few minutes. But you set the breakout range here based on the pre-market, which is like right in here. So basically between 7:30 a.m. ET time, United States, East Coast, New York Stock Exchange, you find a high between 7:30, you can see the time down here, 7:30 a.m. to 9:15 a.m., which is right in, there's 9:05. Yeah, so there's 9:15. So that was the lowest. So you find the highest and the lowest within that time, and you call those breakout ranges. Then you wait for the range to be broken, and then you start to trade. As you can see, even on this 5-minute chart, it instantly broke, and I was able to capitalize following that strategy. In just like 3 minutes, I made $1,303 with 1,000 shares. So that worked well, and we have a good cushion to start this strategy now. Then I quickly changed some lines here and moved into the RV strategy. So after you set those Fibonacci levels, so you have your ATR level set up, you have your Fibonacci level set up, and then the next thing you do is you set your support and resistance based on historical data. So what that means is where the candlesticks, bodies, and wicks may have turned around, and you try to capture more than one as you go across the chart. You try to line them up and maybe slightly move these. And that's historical data where price action has stopped, turned around, rested, or continued. And you mark those because it may do it again. People are still looking for that spot, or they're holding a position in that spot. So that is a lot of what this strategy is based on, are these support and resistance. You can see it dip down here, so I was able to mark a few here, but we're already out of range. So now we're going to be getting into it. We're all going to stay with this stock, although it's theoretically not a great RV stock anymore because of how it broke below your ATR range. So now we're getting into a different strategy, which could be called the escalator strategy, but I'm not sure. So we're looking at these levels for support and resistance to trade. I mean, we still might be able to capture these, but what we do when we can't do that is we rely on the indicators and then just some basic scalping skills. So this is a scalping indicator. This is a very unique custom indicator that's available. I have links to it. This is the sellers. This is the buyers. The column is the overall volume. This is the percentage inside. You can literally see what's happening in the middle of a candle in a 1 minute period, the second after the level 2 transactions are closed. So that's a split second. That's about as fast a data as you can get to try to ride a wave of momentum, price momentum, and jump in the right direction. The other thing you have is the multi-chart alignment, where it starts here with a 5M, 15M, 30M, 1H, and 4H. Those are 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, and 5 minute. Those are different charts with those time increments. You saw me open a 5 minute chart. You saw me open a day chart. I also have a 30 minute, a 1 hour, and a 4 hour here. So this tells you what color those candles closed on those time levels, and a lot of traders only trade on those time increments, and knowing what they're thinking as it comes up to a new 5 minute period, which is marked at this mark right here, helps you decide which way this might go. You're also going to be watching candlestick patterns. I recommend you to buy the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, Day Trading Volume 2, put out by the $1 Million Margin Club. I'll have a link to it. So right here, as you can see, this is about to break a 5 minute as it's going up. So that's a good sign, because we're getting closer to where we have support and resistance levels. So it might keep going up, but I don't know. It usually will reject off of a thing like a Fibonacci. So that's why these are here. I mean, look, there's no usual really. Okay, so you always, like Mark Douglas says in Trading in the Zone, which I have a link to as well. You have to look at every trade like it's going to go against you, and then you're just going with probabilities and an edge, knowing everything you know and using strategies to try to play that edge so your probabilities fall a little bit more on your side. But always be prepared with a max loss per trade, a max loss per day, if it goes the wrong way. Now, with 100 shares, most likely nobody's going to get near their max loss per day. They may jump out per trade, if they don't. But what you need to do is you need to turn around when it starts going against you. So I'll be looking at these support and resistance levels and watching it. Now, the next thing that you have down here is the magnet. Now, the magnet does best on really high volume. We started with some high volume. I expect AMD to even drop further down, so I'm not sure how this will move, but this gives you is set for large and mega cap to give you these arrows, tell you where that's 50% of the overall volume, where it's most likely to reject and go the opposite, the way that the arrow says it's going to go, and then that's indeed what just happened. So this is a really, really helpful, based on back testing, set at 50%, and then the magnet is the center of the action. You can expect that it's always going to kind of gravitate toward. That's why it's called a magnet. So when you have all these things to help you, everybody's ready, right? Charlie, yep. Okay, so we're all here because we're probably going to go in a little bit early based on what I'm seeing here. So I'd like to get in on this, a bounce back up again. So I'm going to be looking to get in here in just a minute, especially if it drops below the magnet, guys. So let's see what happens here. We'll give it a second. I'm looking at the market maker to get in, and I almost feel like I should get in right now. And I'm going to call a trade at a certain level. And now they're responsible for their own trades. I'm just going to take it right there, guys. So remember, I had 1303, so we can help remember. It kind of makes it hard to figure out what we're going to make here. But now, we don't expect to make more than $20 or $50 per trade and also lose that much per trade. So I have a max loss of $100 per trade myself. I don't want to let it get there because that would take 3 or 4 trades to get back to what I want to happen. So now it's going down, which isn't good for me. I expected a retracement back up again. I probably should have waited a little bit longer to pick it up. C58. So really, I kind of looked at the 154 as the breakdown, which is right here, the even dollar amount. So I kind of looked at that, and there's a lot of rejection off of this side of that. So it needs to break back above it for me to feel confident. We're right at it, 92. I saw 98 on the ask over here. So we already have a decent trade. There we go. That's a $30 trade right there, guys. So that is not bad. So let's see if it can get right up by the fib again before we reverse. Now you'll see me reverse. That's an advanced way to trade. Now that means that you're selling your one position and then reselling to go down at the same time, depending on which way you're going. You're literally reversing your position, which means that if there was a wide spread, then you would slip both ways. Now, we don't expect there to be much slippage with 100 shares, but you're still going to get the market maker to give you more in the middle of between these two prices, the ask and the bid. This is like an auction you're seeing here. So these people are bidding a certain price. These people are asking a certain price. So then they meet in the middle so they can go through. And then these numbers are the shares multiplied by 100. And then remember, over half of this is indeed not here. So not being shown. So not here. It's here. It's just not. We don't get to see it. So you, why are you doing this to me? There we go. I'm going to zoom in on that. I want to zoom in on the 5-minute chart here. There we go. Now my platform is set up very sensitively. Some people on their platforms, they don't show any wicks. Some people show extreme wicks. Some people show in the middle. And it has a lot to do with the sensitivity of your... Wow, so this is higher trades than I expected with 100 shares. So this is pretty good. So I'm looking to reverse near that. I'm going to reverse right at that Fibonacci level. So I got it at 154.34 and look for it to go down. But I am watching. This is going up on the scalping indicator. So I'm thinking that I actually want to reverse again, 28. Got it 41. Now I went all the way. I thought I hit this one to reverse on, but I dropped it a little bit below it. And I think I'm up like 50 bucks or something. So let's see. So our goal today was just 200. The last time we traded this, we got to most people broke over 3, 4. I got 500 exactly. We had a couple people in the 400s right behind me. So now we're going to try to take off the ceilings and floors. And using the indicators, we're going to try to, scalp out a few $100s. And then when you add that to 5 days a week, you have $1,000. You get 300, you got $1,500. You get 400, $1,600. And as I showed with 500, it was 2,500. So I'm sorry, 400 is 2,000, 500 is 2,500. Thinking only 4 days a week suddenly, but so you can make a nice living here. So I'm kind of looking at this level and with eyes on that it may break it. So to be careful if I do reverse here to manage a bad position in case it really plummets down, then I'd probably reverse again. And you'll see me do that from time to time. Now the buyers have been dropping, see this? So I am confident holding a short position. I'm hoping this goes down. Everything was red a second ago, then it flashed green. Most people are voting for it to go down, betting that it's going to go down. They don't get to vote, but register to vote for your stock position. Yeah, I'm looking at that 13 level down there to turn around to see if it gets down there. Hit a 15%. It hit it there. So I'm going to go ahead and pocket that money for now. hoping that it bounces up. Now I see this action coming in, which could pull this magnet up. Now this is previous pre-price action that just happened, and I really want that to keep coming in like this and pull this magnet up, and then it'll be like a springboard for the price action. This is an indicator I'll have a link to that's very, very helpful. It's based on the volume profile that they offer on Thinkorswim already, but it's tweaked, and it gives you a lot more dynamic labels and colors that help you there it goes, it went up, and helps you see which way the direction may everything's a may go. I talk like it's more factual than it really is, so be careful there. There's no guarantee about this. I'm going to look for a little pullback again before it goes straight up, and then I think it's going to go straight up. May not pull back at all. I just pocketed a couple bucks, guys, so it was a risk. I know it was a risk. Yep. Okay, that might have been a mistake, because it is. I do think it's going to go up. I was trying to. I'll take that. So I managed to pocket a little bit more. So I think I got $5 or $6 out of that little shenanigans there. But with such low share size, I don't. That would have been $50 or $60 with 1,000 shares. So you might see me trade that way with a higher share size. Okay, so with that magnet pulling up, I am basically rooting for that to override these. So I give much more respect to the magnet than I do to the multi-chart alignment, but that's right behind it. And I give my most respect to the scalping indicator, which is really handy to have. I would recommend getting this. 70%, it was. The sellers had dropped from the column, and that was telling me that it wasn't really strong as it went down. And here we go. So it's breaking the 24. Going to get back up to the fib again. Now, crossed over that fib a couple times. Yeah, there's the doji. I lost track of that. So got up to 54.40. Got all the way up to 154.45, which I do remember turning around. I snapped right when it hit that level. So let's see the strength of it when it hits the fib, guys, and then we can decide at that point. Looks like everybody's nice and green, which is good. Day is young. And, basically when doubters come in or people just wanting to learn, there's a couple things you've got to learn. You've got to understand the concept of scalping, which is going long and short in very short-term time frames. Like you're looking for little baby trends. And then how can you decide when to go one direction or then not? Then you look for a strategy that maybe calls out some support and resistance levels that can help you decide. And there's all kinds of ones to do that. You can also look at whoa, okay. That was a lot faster than I thought. That broke all those. Wow. So that's really strong, guys. Everything turned green here. I'd like to see some of this previous price action come in over here and even pull the MAC. Wow, look at that go. What do we have up here? Way up there is the ATR low. So this could be retesting for the escalator strategy. Let's see. Man. Buyers are right at the top, 100%. No reason to get out of this move now. 4 hours still red up here. Everything else is green. I do not see price action coming in above. That's the thing that makes me lose confidence. It's dropping off. We may want to capture this. Oh, but the next candle open green. Yeah, we're not over near this 5 minute either, which makes me want to hold it a little longer here. These are 5 minute increments. And if you see one that says 1 hour, then it has inside there a 30 minute, a 15 minute, and a 5 minute, all in one increment. Anything below it covers those increments. This is part of this custom indicator right here, there's a link to that's extremely helpful. Now the buyers did drop off that column, so I should have probably captured that. I think we hit the ceiling right there. Though each one of these channels are ceilings and floors. Now all these guys take their own trade. Yep, some of you are going short. That's good. So you captured that. Be careful here. It's going around again. It's turning around. So you've got 155 way up here, just something to watch as a whole dollar, and that's just below your 155.22. Wow, man, I kind of want to capture this amount of money that I let slide from me once before. But if I get out too soon, then it could just keep going up. So this could be a retracement from nearer to the open. If you look over here at the 5-minute and the 15-minute, you know, it's got a long way to go up to retrace. So let's be careful we don't get caught going the wrong way here. But I do want to pocket some of this money, guys. Oh, is it going to drop off again? There's 40. That's a $60 trade on 100 shares. So that's good for this stock, you know, moving 60 cents on this one trade. So that's a good trade. We're trying to capture 10 and 15 cents. So this is good. 154.80 on the market maker. 80. Wow, 85. God, I'm gonna capitalize here. So I just wanted to pocket that. Now I think a lot of people did, and I don't know if 100 shares can change things, but what did it turn around at? Now we're making a tweezer move here, so keep a close eye on this. Wow. Okay, so that was perfectly. What a genius I was there. I really thought I was going to manage a bad position for a little bit and try to catch some small moves and then go up. Now this surprised me that it reversed this quickly for that great of a move. I do think it's going to go back up, guys. Let's see if we can reach the bottom. So look for that fib maybe as a point. Depending the strength that hits it. Everything's green here now. So, you know, the magnet did not pull up. That was the thing that, you know, was telling me as it got further away. I didn't see any of this price action coming. In fact, it's coming in below it. This is previous price action that just happened on an average with a mathematical formula, which is available to see with the script. Wow, it broke that fib so fast that I'm holding it a second longer here. That was, but it does seem to be losing its way right at that fib. I should have pocketed that 60-something bucks there. All right, so if it gets back down there again, guys, I'm going to probably get out right near the bottom of the fib area. There it is there on the market maker. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, I should have grabbed it. All right, next time for sure. Well, there it is. So on the market maker, it hit 34. It just seems like it's going to pound lower to me. That's why I keep waiting, hitting the fib. So the 5-minute here opened, so it should be going red. Yep, there it went. I just noticed that. I'm going to take that though. That was too good to not take. So I hit it at that 24. Well, I got it at 26, but I took it at that next level. Now, if it keeps breaking this, then I'll reverse. So I don't want to see this pull down, and now I want to see price action coming in here because I'm going against it. But did you see how with the sellers the overall volume dropped, and it didn't even make it to the top of the volume column? So people were tired of, people didn't want to go down as much, didn't want to sell the stock. They wanted to buy the stock. So there's always a buyer when there's a seller and always a seller when there's a buyer. So there's a constant battle over, depending on whether it's ask or bid, that moves this, that shows the strength of which way it's going. Yeah, okay. So it does seem like it's going to keep going down. So this is stair-stepping down, and this is kind of the recent low area in this level, but it has been lower than that, as you can see from earlier today. I'm just starting to look at some of the patterns here. to see how bad a position I'm in here. So this is what we call managing a bad position, but you can see it wasn't too bad. It was only negative 93 cents a second ago. That's a great thing about, well, large caps number one, but we have very low share size. So it's hard to get, you just have to know to let go. You know, when it gets to be 20, 30 bucks, it's like, okay, I've got a wrong position, and then try to recover that money back, you know. So right now, I think our trades have been averaging over $30 or $40. We've been doing good, other than those little baby ones I took. Okay, so I'm starting to see price action come above the magnet. And I see the shoot across here would pull that magnet up. This is a 5-minute increment, so right now, unless this breaks this is going to stay red on the 5-minute. And then you look at the others. Here we go. It's actually a winning trade at least now, so. So we're right at the top of that line. I don't see this. What's going on here? Okay, that was frozen for a second. So, but look at the market maker. That's what it's going to get you. That's where you're going to. Yeah, it stopped at that fib. So it's going to turn around there. Maybe the $half mark right above it, which is the next area right here. Oh, wow, it went there right away. You see how fast that hit that? I'm going to reverse right there at 45. So I got it right on the line and pocketed that money. And we're going to see if it does more pullbacks. Magnet didn't pull up, so I could have this wrong. Yeah, I'm not feeling really good about this position, I've got to tell you. I think we might need to be taking some baby moves in here. I'm slowly stair-stepping up here as far as the money goes. I got a couple $100 at least. So we made our goal. Most of us close to making our goal. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm holding it the wrong direction. Okay. I was just about to get out there and go long. Let's see if we get a recovery for me to get out of this position. I'm not liking this position. I want to go long. It's stuck right at the $half. I'm getting ready to just get out and maybe take a lesser loss or a very small gain. See if it gives me any opportunity to do that on a lower. There's $1. Oh, there it went down a little bit there. I'm just going to reverse right there. So I got it at 43. So not ideal, really. And then it went down further. So yeah, it's starting to really consolidate here, guys. It's getting hard to call the levels. So I misplayed that one. I could have definitely gotten like $10 out of that if I'd done it differently. Sellers got to the top right there. Ugh. Okay. Take a breath. Yeah. So I called these wrong in here. I mean, either I didn't capitalize on them or I just called them outright wrong. So I could have got $7 there. I mean, I'm definitely looking for more than that. So this is trying to play this is difficult, you know. So I'm just going to take a breath here and wait it out. And hope that it breaks my way when I'm done waiting it out. This fib is giving it a lot of support right here, this Fibonacci level. So that's right near the $half, just above it. Well, this is the $half up here. Oh, there we go. At least it's going my way now. I do not have a definitive pattern other than it's made a bit of a flat top here, flat bottom here. And then this fib is just centered around the fib. The market magnet is not helping us, and the volume has dropped so low. Remember, it was in the, well, that just went up a little bit there. So buyers didn't make it to the top, so that's a good thing for me holding a short position. See that? They're down here, but it's just not. Oh God. I mean, if I did these perfectly, I probably could have gotten it like $15 here. So it just doesn't make sense. Now, if you had 1,000 shares, you could get more money on those, but you'd get a lot of slippage for those little tiny areas. So you might slip more than what you'd make. So you can't. It's great that the large cap and mega cap stocks go sideways and consolidate, but you need a little bit more volume, and you need a little bit bigger moves. So yeah, the 15 minutes creating a bear flag, which is interesting. So we had a tweezer move down here, another mini tweezer with a hangman, but not really because it's not at the top of a trend. So these patterns are not really strong either way. It's good to know them though. That's the candlestick pattern playbook. And hopefully these parents will buy every one of those books. So, Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. Best Loser Wins, Tom Hougaard. $1 Million Margin Club has Day Trading Volume 1, and then the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, which is Day Trading Volume 2, and then they have a third one, and then the fourth one is the Open Strategy. Here we go. Now we got to move the right way. We finally got some money here if I got out of it. I'm just going to take that and at that 24 line. I got it at 25. So let's see if it pulls back a little bit. I don't think it's done going down. I'm trying to get a retracement, so that was only 3 cents. The way that it looked, I caught my eye. It seemed like it was more than that. So I've got it at 54.28 now, which is not. But we did pocket a pretty big, like $18, $20 move there compared to what we were getting. And we didn't lose any to make the switch to get back in it. So we made a little bit to get the switch back in it. Wow, there it goes down. So there's another $11. Can it get lower? There's 18 cents, 17 cents. 18 on the market maker, back up to 25. Yeah, I should have grabbed it. Should have grabbed it, and I could have caught it going up. Yeah, we are really working hard to get our money. Now, some people would say, you're out of your mind, you're not working hard at all, you're going to do this in less than 30 minutes, what's your problem? So I hear you, I do. Yeah, it's just when I trade a lot larger share size sometimes, so you will see this as high as $40,000 in 30 minutes. So, but this is definitely more like how I learned, and it's so safe and conservative with this strategy. I mean, a lot of people would do anything just to make like $100 a day, change their life, and this is such an easy way to do it. Now, keep in mind, trading a sim, practice, but once you practice, if you trade a large cap and you keep your share size low, always follow your day trading plan. It gets to be much, much easier to make a living. Much, much easier. Yeah, I'm holding for at least to the 13 level. Sellers are going up. Every time I say this is so easy, get this strategy, people will send me an email that I shouldn't say those things. So, but everything takes practice, and everybody can lose when other people win because there's always somebody on the other side of that trade, So, but basically, Day Trading for Success is trying to show you the quickest way to make $100, $200, maybe $300 a day that's safely, and this is one of the strategies. Day Trading Volume 4, the open strategy, where I started off with the $1,300. That's amazing, and that is like Wow. Okay, so that was right near the even dollar. I'm going to take that. What did I get that at? 154.01. That was too big a move to not. Now I took that at the even dollar. I don't have a. Is that it? That's it for the. We have no more support and resistance levels. So we're going to be using scalping skills and the indicators. So the magnet hasn't moved. The well, so the volume's a lot higher right now. Look at that going down. So I've got to be careful. Staying right at the even dollar, a little bit below it. A little bit below it here, guys. Let's see. It's just not putting me in a bad position. I'm holding. And just see, I'm managing what is a bad position. But unless it gets like 15, 20 bucks, I probably won't assume it's going to keep going down. Now we do have areas to stop it right here. That's outside. That's the 50% range. I didn't see the magnet pull down. This didn't pull down, did it? Because that would change the way I'm thinking if that pulled down. I don't think it did. I ask a lot of rhetorical questions, people. So let's go off that line. If it hits that line, let's see. The 54.25 area. Try to capitalize another. There's 15 bucks. Should have probably grabbed that. Seems to be fading off again. Buyers didn't make it to the top of that column on the scalping indicator. It's really struggling trying to go up. There's a lot of things to watch at once. Kind of want to watch sort of like look at sort of an egg shape is on my chart anyway, where I can see the seller's indicator, the market maker, the market magnet, and then I can glance up at the multi-chart alignment very quickly while I look at the other constant price action looking at. And you can get fatigued from doing this. You can get fatigued. I mean, it's to me, it's not. I mean, which you really not just to me. Many traders, once you get into this, it almost seems like it's going slow. But if it's new to you, you're just in shock looking at all the numbers flash that you're not really having to take in. You don't really have to take in all the numbers. It's just certain areas that you learn. I'm going to take it at the 25. What did I get at 27? So my point of no return would be, or point of turnaround, I say that wrong, which I've been corrected, would be the fib. I think I made over 300. That's good. Now I would probably be looking at the 13 area. I'd probably be looking down here to turn around. Now it did go down below it a bit, so I might, depending on the strength, I might maybe write it down toward the 154 even if it goes my way even. And then these, I'm hoping these arrows are going to turn it around. That's why this is such a good indicator. I'm seeing some price action come in here. I just saw that move. Interesting, but it's above the magnet, which is not good because it could pull this up and send this long, and I'm going short. So I want to see it down here in this position, but I could quickly turn around and catch it going long on a big move if it does that for me. Looking to turn around at like the 154 area. Take it right there, 154.07. I saw an 03. I didn't catch it, but I did bank some money there. So let's see if we can get back up here and just try to catch these baby moves. And if it doesn't, then again, I'm always prepared to turn around. I'm managing a bad position when it goes red on me. It's 24 up there. I saw 22, 20, 22 again. It's just doing baby moves here. So let's try to catch them. 24. I got it at 23. And then, of course, it's going to keep going. But it's all right. Did I actually make money? God, it doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I thought I was at 1660 a second ago. There might be some slipping going on here. So I'm at 154.23 short. Yeah, so we're getting very close to time, guys. So we're gonna make over 300 today for sure. Most of us. Well, there's a couple just under 200 here still, but everybody's nice and green. So even the 200 people, that's $1,000 a week, and you only need to take a little bit of your morning, and you have the rest of the day to go out and dig ditches if you want. Whatever you want to do, or just lay on the beach. Depends on what your what your nut is to survive. Go back to your full-time job. Maybe you're a rocket scientist. I don't know, and you're just doing this on the side. So sorry if I was making a joke that made it sound. It's not what I meant. I'm just saying something quick. So look at it come in here. So look at the price action come in here. So we're right near the end. Now that was above and below the magnet, but the volume is going up. So now that makes all the other, whoa. I'm going to take that. Oh, I didn't mean to reverse actually. I'm just going to sell out at 20. I still have time. I didn't realize it. I'm actually going to take that short, see if I can break 1700 here. Take it, 1702. I'm out. So 1702. So, close to $400, guys. Right? Yeah. Yes, we're right at around 400. Cool. So don't forget to subscribe. So this is the RV strategy. This is, and really we didn't get to use it. It can be a lot better if you stay in the range. If you stay inside this range above this ATR low, it's just like a ping pong ball going back and forth, and you're just able to do what I just did. So if you keep your share size low, you'll get very close to the price. I don't actually recommend reversing. You can just double press the buy or double press the sell, or wait for the perfect entry again, which is the better way to trade. So in the book, it covers a lot of that stuff, when to go in and out based on the ceilings and the floors. So so everything I have here, there's a link to everything. We don't sell courses. We don't actually sell stuff here. We give away a lot of free scripts, free layouts, and all kinds of stuff. So look around. There's just so much to choose from here. And I'm getting ready to bug out for a little bit of relaxation time for a few weeks. But I have a bunch of videos in the queue, and I'll be making another 1 or 2 or 3 in the next few days. So, okay, guys, listen, thanks for watching. Always stay inquisitive and go green out there, and I will see you soon.